Know, don't we all, thanks to that forthcoming show, that Meghan Markle is big on forgiveness, friendship, food, gardening, all that sort of stuff. Recently at the Afghan dinner, as it's now being dubbed, she talked obviously about how you had to let people in if there was a spare seat at the table, all of that, all the while, of course, seemingly not really offering the same kind of niceties to her own family or indeed her extended family over here within the British monarchy. However, it looks like, all thanks to the forthcoming Invictus Games over in Vancouver in Canada next year, could this particular chum, friend, international icon, now disgraced chat show host, Ellen DeGeneres, be making a comeback? Let me explain. Morning, good to see you today in a very windy London as we're battling the, I think it's Storm Darrick at the moment. Can't keep up with them, can you? When did they become named and why? Do you know that? We must look into that. Why do we name storms? It's like Storm Linda. You never have a Storm Herbert or Albert or anything. They're always a bit fancy names, aren't they? Darrick or something, yeah. Should they have a Storm Neil? Maybe, yes. We're always created a storm, aren't we? But, it does make me sort of smile. Wherever you are, of course, if you are battling the elements on a more serious note, be careful and be very safe out there. One of the things I always think about when people are walking around, particularly in windy weather and stuff, is look out for scaffolding. Because you never know if that gets loose and that can suddenly break away. We all think about trees and big buildings. I'm always very weary of scaffolding. Yeah, it's a personal thing, isn't it? Absolutely. Let's get back to your royal story of the day. This woman had it all. Absolutely, 100% a chat show queen, all of that sort of stuff. And then sadly for her, it all fell apart. Apparently she wasn't as kind behind the scenes as she led all of those people to believe. And that's, there's two sides to each story. And the bottom line really is, when you work in television like that, I'm not defending Helen, but there's a lot of pressure to keep the ratings up, and people do get put under a lot of pressure. And of course, on the outset, it looks like it's a cozy environment. Behind the scenes, it's not. Now, as many people know, Ellen DeGeneres has now moved over here to the United Kingdom, to the Cotswolds, no less. And the bottom line is really, she's sort of trying to reaffirm herself, as I said the other day, trying to work out where to go next. Of course, the outgoing picture is that, no, she's moved on and she's not doing anything showbiz and all that sort of stuff. Really, these people never, ever give it up. But could Harry and Meghan be the comeback thing that they're looking for? According to a very well-placed source, if you've seen this particular bill matter, we now know all of the people, well, not all of them, but some of the people that are coming forward to perform at the Invictus Games in Canada. And what's interesting here is the fact that there's going to be some special guests. According to a very well-placed source, Meghan has it in her mind, as ever, allegedly, that maybe Ellen could come on as a surprise guest. Now, you might think, what? But the thing is, not only is it a shock factor, but also apparently, Meghan feels that they owe her quite a bit. Now, if somebody been leading me on to be like a cat on television, licking out of the palm of my hands, I'm not quite sure what I think I'd owe them. But there you go, that's showbiz, you get the picture. Moving forward though, the only thing she has to now do is try and persuade not just Prince Harry, of course, but some of the other people. Yes, she would get quite a bit of response. Yes, it would be possibly the right thing to do in many respects, seemingly if you think about it, because it's all about charity, and that bodes quite well because there she is supporting the charity, all that sort of stuff. But really, if she does agree to it, it's a lot riding on it about what she does and perhaps who she introduces. Now, as I say, this is all speculative at the moment and up in the air. They're looking for new ideas to see what they can do to make this particular event the spectacular success that many people believe it should be. But my thing would be, focus on those beautiful, hard-working, very inspiring veterans. That would be my advice. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.